Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to do a quick video that shows the difference in some of the physics I've noticed between the experimental version of BeamNG.drive and the stable version of BeamNG.drive. So first, we're in the stable version, we're going to do the more important test right here, because there's one thing that's a real minor test, and then this one's a much more important test as far as I'm concerned. So this test, what we're going to do is we're going to get the flatbed, and we're going to use an equivalent vehicle in the experimental version, but we're going to get this, then we're going to get another car as well, and we're going to put the car on this. Nice, simple test. For this test, we're going to use a smaller car, so it makes it a little bit easier to kind of put it on there. We're going to use the Corvette, make sure it's the same version, so it's going to be the Turbo Race Edition, so this is like you're taking your track car to the racetracks or something like that. And as you see, this is actually missing some of its parts because I chose the wrong version, I think. Whoops. I can fix that real quick, so let me just do that. Let me think. I think it's oh, maybe not. Never mind. Screw it. It's fine. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not important. So we're gonna back that up. Let's give it a color. You know, just cause. Let's give it a color. Got to be colorful. I like colorful. There we go. Oh my goodness! I didn't know color the back end. That's actually kind of cool looking. So, anyways, all we're doing though is we're just gonna go whoop whoop whoop, and we're gonna park this thing right in front of that ramp. And then we're gonna put the car on it and try to drive with the car on it. And then we're gonna do the same thing in the other one, and you'll see a significant difference from how the car handles this. So we're just gonna go whoop and park the car. Alright, so the car's in park, and then we're going to try to drive. So here we go, we're driving along, and if we take a turn, yeah. The car didn't stay on, did it? No, not at all. So now we're going to do that same thing in the experimental version of BeamNG.drive, so let me go ahead and switch over to that one. Okay, so now we're in the experimental version. As you see, it says 0.3.6.0. That is the experimental version number. I believe the stable version was 0.3.4, but I could be wrong. Probably am wrong. I don't know for sure. It's not important, really. The important thing is this is the experimental version and the other one is not, and you can tell by the car list because there's all these cars that are only in the experimental version. We're using a similar vehicle, but it's slightly different because it's not the modded version of the flatbed. It's one that now comes with the game. And as you see, it is missing the colorable back end, which makes me really sad. I like my colorable back end. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and give it the same color we had before. So let's try to do like that same dark bluish we had. You see, oh, only the front gets colored. But that's okay. So we're going to back it up to right up to the ramp. And then we're going to go and spawn another car. Like so. Make sure it's the same everything. So we got to go ahead and say, we need the Bijou Corvette. We needed the Racing Edition. And we need it in a kind of darkish green. It was like that maybe. Probably not quite right, but it's close enough. I mean, that looks actually pretty close, I think. All we're going to do is we're going to park it right on that trailer, and then we'll try driving it around again in this version. Whoa. I'm a little bit inside of the truck. That's, oh, not what I want to do. There we go. Now we're just on the bed. Then let's drive. So here we are. We're driving, and we turn left, and we turn right, and look at that. The car actually stays on now. You see that? See, there's a huge difference now. The other one, the car just it falls off. This one, it's like, I got you, car. Like, it holds on. You know, if you shake it hard enough, you can get it to fall off, mind you. But it's not like the old version where it's like you take a turn and the car's gone. This one's like, you could take a turn like this, and the car just barely doesn't hold on. You see that? Like, you really have to throw it off of the trailer, you know? With the other one, it's like, I'm going to take a small turn, and the car's gone. You know, it's like, let me just do this little tiny, gone. Car's gone. We went over a speed bump, car's gone. This one, it's like, you have to throw the car off. So that's just a huge improvement, you know? And the next thing we're going to test is the bolide, and I'm going to show you the what's it called, the experimental version first because we're already in it, so I don't have to load the games up twice. So I just want you to see the difference between the way the wheels work. I don't know exactly what the difference is for this. It may also be the friction changes as well, but I want you to just watch the rear wheels on this car. This is the bolide 390 GTR. We're going to put it in the manual, and what we're going to do is we're going to hold the accelerator all the way, go and do like slight slow-mo 4 times, and then we're just going to hit accelerate. And you see the tire right there? It's pretty steady in its positioning, right? It does bounce about a little bit, but in the old version, it bounced about so much, it could actually shake the car apart. So that's what it looks like in slow-mo. Let me do it in full speed, too, just so you kind of see it both ways. And so we're doing the same thing. We just rev it up and then hit shift into first. And you see the wheel vibrates a smidge, but it's not that much. Now let's compare what it did to compared to the old version, because in the old version that wheel shook the car apart if you try to do that same thing. Alright, so here we are in the stable version of BeamNG.drive, and we're going to do the exact same test that we just did in the other one, and you will see a significant difference, I'm pretty sure, in the way it works because, well, I'll just let you see it because it's just one of those things where it's like, I told you what it's going to do, so you should already have an idea of what's going to happen. So let's just play it out for you to let you see. So the Bulleye, the 390 GTR, and I want you to just watch the rear wheels. Watch the rear wheels, okay? Same thing. You see how it's shaking it really hard? You can actually see the vibrations up into the door. Like, if you look, the door actually vibrates a little bit. Do you see that? And then in slow-mo, you can see it just as bad. So we're going to do the same slow-mo. You see how bad it shakes? Look at that. Look at that. I mean, going back to this version, it's like, dang, that's bad. But the new version fixes that, you know, and it's good. It makes the car a lot more drivable when the whole car isn't shaking itself apart every time you try to accelerate really, really hard. And, yeah, I just wanted to show that as well. The main thing I wanted to show was the other one where you can put the car on a truck and drive it around because that gives you like a lot of things you can do now. You can stack cars and all that kind of stuff. But this is just another thing which may be kind of part of the same thing, or it may have been a modification to the car itself. I'm actually not sure about that. But it might have been a modification of the friction that allows it to kind of grip the road a little bit better so it doesn't tear itself apart. I'm not positive. If anybody out there knows for sure, feel free to tell me. But either way, it's still a definite improvement that the car doesn't shake itself to bits every time you try to accelerate. So until next time, this has been WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.